Okay, no, you can say it. These other ones, just make sure these other perverts don't read the dirty magazines. Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome to a very special episode of the Geek Spot. I got it right the first time, yay! With a very special guest. We'll get right to the introductions. I'm your host, tebello.khala.
Legend in South Africa. Like what?
Please, I'm blushing.
Yes. I'm about to get to the introductions. I think I wrote something down, but with that being said,
from the mountains.
Yes. Introducing BuckMeister from Mr Geek Media. Follow him on his YouTube. Follow him on it's BuckMeister Co-Reacts. He recently dropped Black Panther versus Kang on what is it again?
Mr Geek Media, and then BuckMeister Co-Reacts. Those are the two YouTube channels.
No, the comic Black Panther versus King is now in what again? Tapas is now in Tapas.
Tapas, yes.
Yes, it's moved from the other place we shall not name. And then also check out his Black Panther versus the Super Skrull animation that he made. It's up on YouTube. It recently crossed 10,000 views. Woo! Well done!
10,000. Well done, man. Ooh, that's a big one.
So
thank you.
Follow him on he's also very active on Twitter. Follow him there. You get all the information that you need from there. Then we have also other guests sitting there looking like Malcolm X. Is this the famous Malcolm X pose, Mr. Extrodin?
That's the annual, yes, that's the annual Malcolm X pose that I...
Okay.
He's going to get subscribers by any means necessary.
Yeah, so I also call it the Xavier pose, so one of the two. Mr. Extrodin, who runs Africa's Next Podcast, who's also in Mr. Extrodin Everything. Follow him on his TikToks and stuff like that. It's Cinema what?
Cinema Soda.
Cinema Showdown, as well as something Clash. I always forget their names now.
Box Office Clash.
Box Office Clash. There you go. On YouTube, he's also he's got a lot of great ideas. He's got a lot of great things to discuss with. If only I could just get this person to have his own I don't know, talk show or read or whatever, and for an hour he can speak his mind on some sort of medium. Please get him famous. That's all I'm asking. Follow him on his everything, okay? Then there's me, y'all. You're in this channel. I've recently dropped this guy. It's official. War Angel is now finally out. Chapter 1 is available on the KC khalacorp khalacorp.co.za website. Please go there and get yourself a copy. It's only $23.50. It's very cheap. Enjoy it. Chapter 2 will be coming out later, but there's another massive recent development that I'm going to share, but I'm going to keep it a secret just to keep you tantalized for the next thing. But enough about us. Now let's introduce our guest today. How do I say this without sounding like I'm a fangirl? I'm going to try and compose myself, okay?
Fangirl. This guy deserves it. This is sensei.
No. Like in any discussion, whether in the worlds of hip-hop where people ask who the big three are, and they once thought it was Kendrick Lamar, Drake, and J. Cole. In the world of anime, there's always been the big three, such as Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z was its own standoff. I refuse to consider it one of the big three. It used to be Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece, the successors of Dragon Ball. But with that being said, this man I consider for myself one of the big three of anime culture in South Africa, or rather comic culture as a whole in this country and Africa. I equate him the same way with people like Aleta Alberts, the lady who brought the Dragon Ball Z into this country. The same as is it Alex Griffiths or Alex? I forget his name. Alex Griffiths and the crew, the founders of Super Strikers. You and those two people are in the same breath of people who brought this wonderful culture and this identity into this country. And for those who understand, those people who know him now is Mr. Jack Chen, but he went by a different alias back in the day. Can you please let's hear from the man himself. What alias did he go by back then, and what did he bring to this country?
You mean what was my name back then in the magazine?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, that was I don't know what I come up with. It's called ZEROJ. So I mean I picked that name up from the movie Hacker. So the guy had a zero something. So when the team says that we're all gonna have a nickname, and I was like, oh, I don't know. I just watched this movie. It's pretty cool, so I'm just call myself Zero and just put a J at the end. So that's my name, Jack. So that's the name came, but I I don't really not many people call me that. I mean, it's just weird. And really, I mean, I can't compare myself to Super Striker, man. Those things that is legend. They're still going, you know. That is crazy stuff. But yeah, we did have our good times back then in the magazine time, you know.
Awesome. So yes,
No,
Zero
it's-
No,
J.
no. Well,
it's-
I was thinking about Code Geass. I thought it was a Code Geass reference.
Oh. Now, before we start doing the magazine, I think a Code Geass hasn't come out. It was only came out.
Oh.
Yeah, it's halfway of the magazine. So the magazine lasts for 3 years.
Oh.
So
Okay.
Code Geass comes in.
So wait,
around-
when did it? Oh, sorry. No, go ahead, Jack. Sorry. I just want to know the dates.
Yeah, no, Code Geass, I think we did a cover of Code Geass around about issue 16.
Yeah.
So it's pretty towards the end-ish. Yeah. So yeah, I wouldn't know, but maybe the Code Geass mangaka steal my idea or something. I don't know. I'm kidding.
We say more or less the
Hey,
same
you
thing.
know, Watashi wa Zero.
Yes. All right.
Now we
So-
probably watched the same hacker movie. Yeah.
So we usually have an icebreaker game, so we're gonna keep it short and sweet just to warm things up and get people's mindset. So this game you're playing today is called Would You Rather. Well, I thought it would be retro anime edition, but you know more about anime than I do, so I'll just I'll just ask 2 questions. We'll also add in our own opinions and stuff just to make sure that it's fair and nobody's playing favorites. So, would you rather be an ordinary citizen in the Berserk universe or in the Saint Seiya universe?
Saint Seiya. I'm running to Saint Seiya.
Is this the question applied to all of us, or
Yes, all of us.
Yes,
All
yes,
of us,
sorry.
yes.
Sorry, I jumped. I'm surprised by the choices. I'm sorry, Jack.
Oh,
Please,
okay.
you go first.
Well, I never thought about it, you know. Senseiya, yeah, I mean that is old, eh? You know, that back in the day, even more retro than Dragon Ball Z. That's like first on All Stars and Senseiya. Yeah,
Yes.
well, that is more to my time. Yeah, I'll definitely choose Senseiya World anytime, you know, because that's what I grew up with. You know, with the
Really?
armors and
No.
all the special move, the golden armor.
Who would want to be in Berserk? Who would want to be anything in Berserk?
No,
you can't even be a horse.
I would rather hear Pegasus Media Punch somewhere than to hear anything Berserk related.
I'm just glad to say that somebody knows about Sensei than I do, because people, whenever I mention that Sensei is one of my inspirations, people look at me funny, like, what's that about? And I'm thinking, Knights of the Zodiac, and like, oh, that one, that played at SABC. Like, if they only knew that it's older than so many of your favorite shows. All right,
That anime actually inspired Bleach. I don't know if people know that. To the viewer, that anime inspired Bleach.
Well,
Which
there's
one?
a lot of cinema.
Senseiya one. Oh,
yeah, Sensei, yeah.
Then
is Yeah, a lot of these old anime, it is inspiration of the new anime. I mean, the big three that we all know is Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece. They're all inspired by Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball Z is all being inspired by these even older ones like Senseiya, First of North Star, City Hunter, and all these things. So I mean, the whole Super Saiyan, you know, where they're all going like Bankai and Chakra and all that kind of thing. It's all kind of coming from there, you know, and passed it on. So I think it's just a generation inheritance. And then the story gets better, more humanity and more emotional instead of more action. You know, at the beginning, the anime and manga was more action driven, you know. But later on, they're very emotional and they're very into the
I don't know. I used to cry when Kenshiro would be like, "Omae wa mo shinderu."
Kenshiro, you know what? I actually like. I mean, Kenshiro cries too much. I like his brother, the bear guy, the villain. You know.
Oh, Rao.
Yeah, Rao. I mean, dude. I mean, even till today in Japan, the day that Rao died, they have a celebration. There's a cup in Okinawa. And everybody will come out and I don't know, man. They were like in memorial of Raul and all that kind of thing. But I mean, that's more towards
I need to go to Japan.
Yeah. I mean, Raul is big. I think he's bigger than Kenshiro. Kenshiro was just too sentimental, and he's an NT, so. But Raul was the one that really, you know, because he was like all badass, but at the end he kind of, you know.
Wow, because that was actually one of the ones that was one of the manga and anime that I started after I finished Naruto. So I went Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, and then I went Fist of the North Star. I know, very, very weird. But then I went Fist of the North Star because I heard it was based off of Bruce Lee.
Fist of the North Star was my first manga. And that thing just leave a scar.
Yeah,
you know,
Jack,
just like, you know,
Jack, maybe I don't know if you could. Yeah, sorry, go ahead, Jack. I'll ask afterwards.
No, it's like when you only like I think I would just start reading. I was only able to start reading. I think maybe 10. And I start reading this really gruesome, violent, but so much love and justice and that just blow me. And every time when Kenshiro kill these guys and the body and flesh is all flying over and you're already dead and his brain blows up and stuff.
Yeah, I have
like shocking.
Yeah. I have two questions. So one, I was like, why do they keep staying? Like after the first guy explodes when he pokes his leg and then his eyeball pops, I'm running away. That's just me. But the second question I have is like in Japan, right? Like I don't know if it's different now, but I'm saying like maybe back then, was it like less desensitized or whatever? Because I can't even imagine getting my hands on any, like even for me, reading Naruto was like dicey at the time that I read Naruto, and Kenshiro was like way worse. Like, is Japan of like are they like lax with censorship and stuff when it comes to manga and stuff like that?
You know, Japan is a very interesting place. You know, everything is so serious and you know there's rules and orders. But when it comes to manga, anime, the imagination and the creativity is unlimited. So I think in Japan, there's a culture is that you work hard, you know, everybody work hard, you know, and then when they had their own break, they dive into this fantasies and all these imagination, anything you can think of. So they kind of put themselves into those characters and make themselves feel good, and then next morning go and work the sorry ass jobs in making that they're very unhappy. So they kind of like it's an escape route to the reality. So they're pretty chill with it. But in Japan there is strict rules regarding with shonen and more mature material. So they do classify the ages. But I can tell you, Japan is probably the most well-behaved society that you ever been. You know, people wait in a queue, they don't make a sound, and they're all quiet and all well-behaved. But once they went to go to these pubs and drinking, they all come out and then they can lie on the street and just pass out and not going home and all that kind of thing.
Okay.
So it's quite an interesting culture. So there's a big difference between a reality and fantasy.
All right.
Okay.
The last icebreaker question, because we really there's no ice to break right now. I think you've gone way too much into having the fun now. Well, this is also a very redundant question, but anyway, would you rather serve as a Marine in the One Piece universe or serve as a Jonin in Konoha?
Would you do?
That's hard.
Like a Marine in One Piece, and the other one is what?
As a ninja
Jonin
in Konoha.
in Jonin specifically.
Oh, I mean, the One Piece now it's the D things, whether it's Marine or not. I would just love to be in One Piece world. That place, that whole dimension is crazy.
Wait. When you say Marine, do you mean like one of the main the main Marines, or do you just mean like you mean the grunt guys, right? Like the regular guys.
Well, a Jonin can be considered a regular guy in the Naruto universe, so I'd assume an equivalent of.
But all they do is get beat up. That's all they do.
So
this one is hard for me. I don't know.
I'll choose One Piece though. I just want to go there. Even if they're nobody. It's cool.
Yeah, but the problem is that Jack, then you're gonna go there and they're gonna call a buster call and destroy the island that you're on, and the world government's not gonna care that you're getting blown up.
No, but this world is so big. I mean, this blowout, I'll go another one. It's fine.
Yeah, you have to run before they exploded.
Yeah, yeah.
No, but maybe Jack has a point. I'm caught up on One Piece. I've been watching it since like the beginning. So maybe Jack has a point, because the thing is with the Leaf, you're stuck in the village. So if pain is up there tomorrow, you can't go anywhere. Whereas One Piece, at least you have to get in the ship.
Will be a more happier place.
I think I'll be a Marine. I love Naruto more, but I think I'll be a Marine.
I'll be seasick for days, but I think just for the fact that I can explore the world, I think I'd be more interested in this One Piece thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Just for that.
I think I'm the one that's different than all of you. I'd rather be Naruto because I can't swim. So I'd rather not.
You just
can't swim, man.
They can't swim.
They can't swim anyway. They still survive. All of them.
Yeah, no, I hear you, but I'll choose Naruto.
Okay. Right. All right.
Yeah,
okay.
The thing is, when the village explodes, you have to be there. When you're a Marine, you can run away from a buster call.
Chief, there's medical ninja for a reason. Also, it's fine. Whatever happens.
If you're alive.
All right. Okay, let's get right to the fun stuff. Okay. Does everybody have their questions ready?
Yes, I do have a question. I just wanted to know about the founding of Otaku Magazine, because the thing is, Otaku Magazine is a new thing to me. I know you for J-pop, and I know you for the Comic-Con panels. I did not know about Otaku Magazine, and I'm very upset that I didn't know about Otaku Magazine, because I would have bought, like, again, I didn't have money at the time, but I think I would have begged my parents to get me an Otaku Magazine, because, like, to me, this is like a mind-blowing concept. I always had to find out about anime online and things like that. I never knew we had a magazine in South Africa dedicated to anime. That is crazy for me.
You see, the thing is, that tells you are very young. You're probably like early 20 or something, you know. That magazine, when we started, is 20 years, literally this year, 20 years. So a good news here is that we are putting out there for free download. So you can go download now for free. Okay, so we're giving out. I spoke to the team, they are willing, so you can download and check it out. But it's obviously the way they design it is actually better on the print. So when you're reading it, it might struggle. You might have to read it on the computer, not on the phone. But you know, the thing here is, let me tell you something. And I think all of you guys, if you're in my position, you would do the same. you know. So we all love this pop culture so much. This anime is crazy, you know. I ever since I can read, I just fall in love with it, and I love it so much. So when I left my country, okay, and come to Africa, South Africa, I was devastated. I was like so depressed because I can't get any of these. So when the moment that you know, remember those modem, the dial modem, where they had a fixed handshake. You know, the 56K and the 64K. You know, you probably don't know what I'm saying, but dude, it's like life-saving, man. It's almost like a miracle. I see the light in the tunnel. So then we downloading these manga picture every day, and the video, one episode took a whole day to download and all that kind of thing. And then we have these LAN parties so we can share all these materials and all that. And that's how it started. So it's a group of people that we say, no, man, we love this thing so much. We have to go tell more people, and then we have to go find more of these people. And one day I fed up with my work, and I'm fed up with my supplier. And I was like, stuff this, you know. And during our regular LAN party, I was just saying, you know, I want to do something. I don't want to just, you know, do what I'm doing because I'm not happy. So then I took the marketing budget and I formed this magazine. But at that time, first issue was very small. I mean, it's more like a brochure, like a tourist brochure. But we just did it. It's the same thing as like you guys doing manga, right? I mean, your comics, you know, same thing. You know, you did it, you love it, and you go and print it. Yeah. So cut the story short, it was just a bunch of passionate anime lover otaku, you know, and put the project together. And grace of God, we managed to do 3 years. It was lovely. Because doing that, we managed to do a road trip in South Africa. So we went to Durban, we went to UCT, we went, Cape Town, and we did it in Pretoria University and Wits University. And we even went to America Anime Expo in California, AX. And then we even went to Japan, obviously the motherland. Yeah, for Comic Cat. And a nice thing about it is like your response is the same. They were like, what? Miami, Africa? South Africa? Have anime magazine? I thought you just have animal, you know, lion, elephant. Then I showed them our actual print magazine. They were so shocked. So we got our press badges, and we went in as a media. We got to interview the director of Full Metal Alchemist. We got to speak to voice actor of Gundam 0080. I mean, which Gundam series is that? 0086 or something. But one of these hardcore anime, voice actors. Yeah, it was super cool. It was a good experience. Yeah, it was fun. It's just like when you're young, you're messing around with your friends. And yeah.
So it's basically
so cool.
How many of you were there in the team? Because if I remember correctly, when I was reading that, I think it was like you guys were like the Z Fighters, because there's a lot of members in that crew. You know?
Yeah, I know that. Actually, the
Jack was Goku.
No, I was the Kenshiro. My avatar was Kenshiro. Yeah, so there's 11 of us. But you know how we actually did it, right? This is incredible. We started with Look and Listen. Back then, it's like a music. Okay, well, they're all closed down now. Okay, so
they're all gone now.
Yeah, they're all gone now. Okay, because the music now is all on the cell phone and on the platform. So we started with that, and you know how we actually deliver to them with our own reader, our fans doing it for us. Can you imagine? They love the magazine so much. Then we did a recruit on the magazine. I said we need help for getting magazine to stores, and there's just email coming in and say, yeah, we will help. And obviously I did pay them petrol and all that, but that was like peanut money, you know. But they did it because they love. I mean, I remember there's a reader actually did a tattoo of our logo back on his back. And he said, because, you know, and all that kind of thing. And I remember when we announced we can't do it anymore, the number of the phone call I'm getting. They even get their parents to call me. The parent called me and said, I don't know why I'm calling you, but my son or my daughter said I must call you and say, you must carry on doing what you're doing. If you need some money, I'll pay you or something. I was like, no, it's okay. I appreciate it, but we can't.
And
You
this
know,
was
it's a
before.
lot of emotional moments, yeah. And it's all in the magazine. If you look at it, read it.
I'll
Yeah.
just give you thoughts about the things I used to do, because back then I was broke, and we couldn't afford to buy magazines on the regular. So I can't believe I'm telling you this story. So what we used to do is we'd go to CNA and then sneak a few pages and read them at the back. And these people thought that we were reading things like Playboy magazine. So the security would come and chase us out. When they found out I was busy reading Otaku Magazine, I was like, oh, okay, no, you can sit. These other ones, just make sure these other perverts don't read the dirty magazines.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's what I used to do back then. It used to be Your Magazine. It used to be White Dwarf, because they did it. Then it was Nag before they wrapped it up in the plastic.
Yeah,
I don't know why they did
that
that.
was Nag.
Yes,
yeah.
Nike, yeah.
But those two magazines are the ones I used to sit there at the back of the corner and just read as fast as I can. So those are whenever I talk about this magazine, it's just bringing memories of I feel like I'm old now, but
Anyone who read our magazine, I can know more or less how old they are.
Jake, I just have a question for you. How did you guys get Sunday Times to, first of all, agree to print a magazine from right to left, and also to give to make people aware of the manga culture back then? I mean, this was like, I think, back in 2007 or something.
Yes. So I can tell you.
How did you guys do
that? We didn't do it. They come to us. They came to us.
Wow.
They asked us what exactly is anime. And then we go and tell them about. So they have to do what we tell them to do. So whether reading left and right, all that, and they actually came to us, because I think at that time Animax was also just coming into South Africa, but it didn't last long, because it was the whole struggling of the global financial crisis and all that. But so the Sunday Times came, and just tell you a spin-off story. When we closed the magazine, one of our staff actually went and worked for Sunday Times.
Okay.
Oh, that's interesting.
Wow.
Who's that? Is that two? Is that two who did that?
No, he's one of our he's our gaming writer and slash like an editor. So he went to Sunday Times he had his own column or writing some gaming and entertainment stuff. Well, he did it for a few years, yeah. So I mean, this journey, okay. I mean, if I can tell you that 11 of us, when we all started it, some of them still in high school. That's how crazy it is. Some of them we started it, they were still in high school, like matric or something, and some of them were in university. And by the time when we finished, some of them were obviously start working. Okay, we got people working for Sony as well. And some of them went to Japan. Okay, like Doc went to Japan and never came back. And
okay.
Yeah, Winston, which is Serpent, he went to China because Japan refuses him.
Yes.
And all these stories are incredible. So he went to China and he became a V blocker. And then later on, he had so many subscribers that he's covering what happened in China in a Western point of view, and he got so many support that he actually immigrated back to America, and he now is over 1 million subscriber YouTuber.
Yes, I see he's still wearing suits.
Yeah. That is his style. Yes, and then and then Penguin.
And then Penguin, yeah.
Yeah, Penguin. He's always into military. So I think when magazine finished, he went back to UK and Scotland and joined the Special Force. and then he was doing something there. But I think one of the mission that he hurt himself, so he changed to admin. And from there onward, I think he slowly faded out to the military. But he was hardcore, all like, you know, the militaries and, you know, the main stuff, you know, the weapon and training. So he was the famous one in our team.
Wow.
Oh, that makes sense.
He
Yeah.
took anime seriously.
Yeah, I mean, our story could turn into an anime series. Yeah.
I would watch a show called Otaku Magazine. I'm not even lying.
No, but I do have to say there's a lot of good memory. We even got what's that? Nippon television, Japan television coming to South Africa.
Yes, NHK. Yeah.
Yeah, NHK. I took them to Soweto. We specially got a guy, and we went into his house, and he was watching Dragon Ball. So they did the whole forming, although it's a little bit set up, you know. But they want to capture like Dragon Ball Z in Africa kind of thing. And then we did a little cosplay.
Oh, that is so cool.
And then they did a show in MHK about otaku around the world. So we were in there, but only for like 5 minutes. But South Africa was there. South Africa was part of a otaku map at that time.
That
so
was
we made
awesome.
it. Yeah, we made it there.
That is awesome.
You guys were you were way ahead of your time, I think.
No, we had
way ahead.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it now, if you look at it now, like currently with internet so advanced and you know the streamings and all these big platforms, we wouldn't have this opportunity. I think back then it's because it's so niche, and then it's just the beginning phase of this culture in Africa. That's why we got so much support, and really those are all from the heart, you know, from people that with their true passion and love, and I mean everything. I remember when I was at the UCT event, and then when I arrived at UCT, there was a queue, long queue, I mean, I think it was 20, 30 people waiting. And then I was like so shocked. And then because we just say that first 10 people will give an autograph on the magazine, whatever, nothing big, you know, nothing fancy. And then I asked the first guy, I asked him, so how long, when you start queuing? He said he was there 4 o'clock in the morning. He came from Stellenbosch. He drove 1.5 hours just to come meet us. I was like, oh man, it's just, yeah, I was touched. I was like, look, listen, I hope I didn't disappoint you. I'm just an ordinary guy.
and I think that's what I most like about getting to know you, is because we always see our heroes as either larger than life, or we get disappointed in one way or another. When you find people like you who are just normal people, it also inspires us to realize that, you know, our dreams are also just as valid and just as worthy of trying to achieve. Because people as cool as you are also just a normal, everyday type of person. There is the proverbial 9-tailed chakra that
it makes you extra cool. It makes you extra cool.
Look, I don't think it's anything special, really, honestly. Till today, I still love anime very much, you know. And now my son, the whole reason I got back to the community was one day, you know, it was 20 years ago. So magazine finished, I move on. So I had to go and do these 9-to-5 jobs. I have to make livings and all that. So I was fading out. So, I mean, really, honestly, 2023, when we had a family trip to Japan, my son went to Akihabara, and he come back, he said, Dad, I wanna sell figurines. I was like, holy crap, that sounds like something I have said before. You know, are you crazy, son? Are you sure? I mean, I was like, I'm not right to tell him no, right? Because I did it as well, you know. And then that's how I went back and doing all this and reconnected in a community, and now try to kind of build up something for anime communities, and it was so strange. Literally, let me tell you something really freaky. I mean, if you say this is not God's work, I don't know what. The day Ethan was born was the year that I did Otaku Magazine. So
Wow.
if he's 20 years old, it's 20 years ago. When he was
Whoa.
born, and that's when I did the magazine. It was 2025 October that we launched it. Now it's literally 20. And now, 20 years later, this kid comes to me and said, "What the hell? I really like this. I want to sell anime figurine." I was like, are you kidding me, man? You sure? I went through that. It was not easy. It's tough, man. And you might not make it.
And you know what I like about this is now I really sound old because now
He was the
talking about
Gohan to your Goku.
I was about to say that.
That's exactly what I was thinking. That's exactly what I was thinking.
That's Gohan. It is.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
The funny thing is, I met Ethan online because I had won one of the windbreakers from a contest in the Comic-Con last year.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right, with you. All right.
I was like, that's a down-to-earth, sweet person, and the communication. I even made a video to thank Spunky for getting me the jacket because I've never won anything in my life before. It's like I actually won. For a moment, I thought this was a spam because you know what? When you live your entire life and then social media says you've won 5 million rand, just do this with your account. It's just a win card.
It's not a million rand.
we gotta get Ethan on here also. Then we gotta get Ethan on here also.
I've met. I think, and then the other times I've met you was at the Demon Slayer premiere at
Mall. Yeah. We watched the Demon Slayer movie. Yes. Yo, man, I cried so much in them.
So much fun. I was dressed up as Black Muzan with my whole stuff and everything. I was the only villain there.
I will have you as my bodyguard anytime, man. Anytime.
Yeah.
I have you standing next to me. No one will come next to me and tuning me anything.
No, definitely. All you'll say is hee and then run away.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Everybody's here.
Oh, okay.
Tebello?
All right. I just have a question. Did you have an idea how big this thing was back then?
Yes, we can hear you, Tebello. Sorry.
You mean do I have any idea what things so big? What?
Sorry, go ahead, Extrodin. It's just Tebello is having connection issues, but go ahead,
the magazine at the time, did you know how big it was or you had no idea?
No. I know how big it is because I have to, we sell the magazine and we have to collect them back as well. So we kind of have to just making it not too much. That's also one thing that makes magazine die is that at the end I was working very hard to get a distribution house to take our magazine. So I went with the biggest. It's the same distribution house that does Men's Health. Okay, so we all know Men's Health is huge. Okay, so eventually they took us in as one of their products. So I think the last 3 issues we were even at the petrol station go through them. But they also told me to print a lot more copies. So I think the last 3 or 4 issues we print so much and we didn't recognize that the market wasn't so big. It's still very niche that time. So we didn't expecting the sales. We really rely on sales of magazine more than advertiser. So that also kind of was my fault, and I was a bit more ambitious, and that kind of speed up the death of otaku. And then but I gotta try, I have to kind of want to break through. I thought if I can be everywhere, but I would say now if we have some media that can reach out like wide and far, it will definitely achieve that goal. But at that time, people don't know much about anime, not so much people. And so to answer your question, I do know. Our forum was a very good, I think at least 6,000-7,000 people. We had a PHP forum. Every time we sell close to about 10,000 copies.
Am I back? Can
Yes,
anyone
you
hear
are
me?
back.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
can
My
hear you.
screen,
We
my
can hear you.
screen froze. I think those who shall not be named in this episode are trying to infiltrate my recording devices.
Oh gosh. Okay. Okay, Lelouch. I have a question. So, would you ever try and bring back Otaku Magazine in like any format or anything like that? Do
Like
you ever see like an
digital.
Otaku Magazine 2.0 of any sort?
Nah, you see the thing here is number one, the team is on their
Oh,
own. We can't get that team back. If we
ah,
ever gonna do it, would be like a new otaku team because I mean I even know some of the brothers they have family and kids and even the wife was like, you're not allowed to watch that anymore. That kind
ah,
of thing, you know. And then but we still joke
divorce.
about it. I know
I'm
it was
joking.
so
I'm joking.
sad when I heard that. I was like, shit, man.
I'm joking.
And
Yo,
then
no,
they
my
have to
wife
do it
cannot tell me.
secretly. You know, I thought you only watch pornographic adult movie like that, but he's watching anime, you know, like what the fuck, you do?
Literally me.
Eh,
Uh, uh,
ah,
but the way currently is going, I wouldn't do the same way as the magazine because magazine at that time was giving information, you know, anime
yeah.
information, anime news. But there's so much information out there, so much news that you can be easily accessed. You know, it doesn't have to be because anime is international, you know, from Japan, overseas, and all that. It's not only South Africa news. So there's a lot of platform, a lot of channels that you can get these news. But one thing I do see that South Africa has an opportunity is this community. There's never a proper anime or pop culture community that is kind of working with officials or overseas corporation or business, and it's because a lot of these community they're just doing their own things, without asking permissions or getting authorized and all that kind of thing. So these corporate are never actually coming here to study the market or knowing whatever. So I think there's a huge opportunity there because the country, because I do travel a lot for my business. So I mean, where I'm from, Asia, without a doubt, the anime or the market itself very mature now, very mature. They have a lot of good community working with corporation and business, and then to feedback to the consumer and the fans. And same goes to US. I think the second market will be US will be more mature, and then Europe. But now Africa is untapped, man. Africa is untapped, guys. So we just kind of have to gather around like-minded people who love this culture and then feed them what is happening. What are we doing for South Africa regarding with this pop culture? But then we need to get support from overseas. So we are trying to connect with the Japanese embassy and JETRO, which is the Japanese Business Association, to link us up with these officials and these corporations. So then maybe they can actually, when we have an event, they can send people over to do the panel, to meet the fans.
Oh, like Darufest and things like
Yeah,
that.
those are like a micro events. Eventually, we want to have our own Africa or South Africa anime expo, man, just like America. And then we can invite them, and then sometimes we can even have exclusive, like a premium or of first episode of something, or behind the scene, or even the internet, like what we're doing now. Have an
Yeah.
internet interview with them, and
Uh,
and to be specifically South Africa focused and feedback to them about South Africa fan feel about anime. So that's one.
I'm sold. In fact, if this ever gets animated, it will premiere. It will premiere at this event. I'll just go out
Oh,
and
at
say,
Darufest. At
yeah.
Darufest.
Yeah.
First
And
episode of What Angel.
guys, and another thing here, I'm not trying to, being funny, but I always say if we want to do this, we might just take over the world. So Africa has a very unique culture, and we have our own story to tell. And there's a lot of artists there. So, I mean, I don't see anime, although animes came from Japan, but now you see like Korea, China, even some India, France, they all got these animated movie now. It's actually doing so much better than the actual live action movie. I mean, recently the Demon Slayer, this is funny, you must guys go read about the news. Recently, Hollywood catching a wake up and they say, what is this anime? I mean, this Demon Slayer came out, they just whoop the Superman's ass, whoop the Fantastic Four's ass. I mean, they went right to the top, and these guys are like, what the fuck is this anime? You know, and
they deserve it for what they did to Dragon Ball. That is karma.
Yeah, I mean, see, they didn't know the culture, but then someone actually analyzed and studied so well. They say, look at all the Hollywood movies, okay, the blockbusters. When they come out, you get the sales and all that, but then it dies. But with Demon Slayer or any anime movies, it carries on. You know, carries on, and it's keeping bringing income and revenue. So I can
watch the movie again and again and again.
Yeah.
And I think I watched
and then
it
there's a
3
spin-off,
times.
and there's merchandise, and there's all these, you know, stories and all that. Think about if I'm a salesperson, okay? I'm a business person. So you are actually creating something that generates, you know, more and more revenue because the story and because it's, you know, into lifestyle. So I wouldn't surprise the way I see how anime goes. It's going to be a global thing. It's no longer just Japan. Okay. So a lot of people is going to be inspired by anime, and they're going to come up with their own story, just like you guys. And then they're going to do the manga, they're going to do the anime series or whatever.
Oh, sorry. I'll wait for you to finish, Jackie. I'll ask Jack. I'll wait for you to finish, Jack. Sorry.
Okay. So yeah, I'll quickly wrap that up. So with the help of internet and the streaming platform, they can just put you on. Boom! You're selling to the world. Not just what are we? 50 million population in South Africa? 60. No, you're selling it to 7-8 billion. And then if 7-8 billion just give you 1%, I'm telling you, it's probably more than South Africa population.
Yeah. So my question for you, Jack, is: so in your opinion, it doesn't matter where it's made; it's anime to you.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to come from Japan.
No,
it doesn't have to be. Okay.
No. You see, the thing is, I always love art. You know, I always love art, and animation it's art. But the nice thing about anime from Japan before other countries start doing is, it's not only art, it's the imagination and the fantasy behind it. The idea is like mind-blowing, you know? When you're watching these Hollywood movies, you're like, same plot again. The same thing is again.
Yeah.
But anime is different, man. You're like, what in the world did they come up? Did you even guys watch that isekai with a vending machine? They had a vending machine talking, and then he went to isekai. The guy died in the real world and went to isekai, become a vending machine that talks. What the fudge, man? Would you ever figure that, you know, what is next? That's just crazy.
I would say that I got a sense of how immersive the anime world is, as opposed to other people, where you think about it like you think, you know, what if there's an underground Tokyo where there's a different universe underground, deep underground Tokyo? It's like, and you made an entire story about thinking of the concept like Tokyo Underground was just born from that.
I think there is one, There is one, There is one that they did it with the whole, underground world and under Tokyo. I mean, funny enough, some person did a research and he says Tokyo is probably the city that got destroyed the most in anime. You know, they just going left, right, center.
Akira is one of them.
That's funny.
I think people had the same feeling when in Code Geass, the Tokyo. Oh, spoiler alert for those who haven't watched Code Geass. When Tokyo went up in flames, and again.
Yeah. No, ever since Godzilla, Tokyo's never rested.
Yeah, I mean it's all gone, man. kaiju as well and all that. But anyway, guys, I think to me, although I'm not young, but I always, very excited in this culture. And because internet and the streaming platform, I really think everyone can be the next Dragon Ball Z because the platform. And you never know. I mean, there's a lot of things that you think, it might not take off, or that thing looks so ugly. You know that recently the La Pupu thing?
La Pupu.
La Pupu, the figurine, La Pupu, the hairy stuff.
Yes.
Dude, man, the guy immediately become like a billionaire, and that thing is so ugly. I was like, what in the world? So, but clearly, when God wants to, give you something, you can't say no. I mean, it just works. So and the whole thing about recently we're doing the Drawtober with the art and all that. The whole thing with people about AI. Now we're opening up another can of worms here, right? The whole AI things, the artists getting worried and all that. I think AI is gonna help the art industry revolutionary.
Yeah.
Because you can't just do the same standard anymore because the machine can do. So you have to surpass that. You have to work, you have to think harder, you have to be more creative now. That you can think of something that AI didn't know before. So it's like you have to create, but it doesn't have to be beautiful, but it can be very
I say this a lot, and people look at me weird, but I'm like, this is the perfect time to be a beginner artist, because you're going to actually have a leg up over people who were doing art for years. Because just think about it like this: even if your thing sucks, people will know it's you.
Yeah.
Like they won't be able to take away the, and also just by virtue of the fact that you picked up a pen and a pencil and you drew something, that's going to automatically give you more points than somebody who went to a computer and just generated a picture or whatever. So if anybody who's ever watching this and you're thinking about being an artist, don't be scared of AI. It's not going to take, it can't beat you.
No.
I promise you.
You know what the trend is going at now is, with the crafting and the whole AI thing. Now the trend is going with the handmade stuff, the rare stuff. So anyone who did handmade, one and only. There's no duplicate. There's no copies. You can't go photocopy, or you can't put digital. It becomes rare. It becomes valuable now. And because it's an experience of you the only one who owns it. That kind of thing. Because now AI can do all these things and all that and duplicate it and the whole thing, but they can't do what a human can do, right? So really take a pen to draw that paper, frame it up, one and only. I think it's more valuable than people recognize.
If everybody can do something, it's not special anymore. That's why I'm not afraid of AI. It's like if everybody can generate a picture, then it becomes a thing of, because this is the thing that makes me laugh. The people who want to sell AI art, it's like, oh, you can't, because I can just go to a computer and type what you typed and get the result that I want. So this is not special anymore. Like this thing, you're not selling me anything. Like, so like it's versus me taking a pen, or like even Japanese calligraphy or whatever, like that whole mastery of that art thing. If somebody did that for you and you got to like buy it and frame it in your house, you know for a fact that there's nobody on the planet that could have done that outside of that guy who did that. So I
also would like to add, even things that are replicated, there's, especially when it comes to Japan, I've been recently watching videos about wood carving printouts where they made the Great Wave and all these other stuff, and you see the level of detail and the level of attention that they go from, even crafting the cartouche, which has the artist's signature, to the carving of the wood to make sure that the wood can absorb a certain amount of water that it can print out evenly. That level of detail, that's even if they're making copies of that particular printout, the worth of that particular print is far higher than anything AI will ever generate, because you can see the art isn't just in the final product, it's in every single step that went into making it become something that's worth of value. They can never take it away. AI is a scarecrow. It's not a big monster. That's all I keep saying.
AI just a copier, you know. So I mean, you can feel it when you see art. You can see, whoa, man, this looks good, but I don't have.
No, something does feel off. Yeah, something does feel
Yeah,
off.
you know, you just feel like, oh, that looks nice, but I don't feel anything. It's standard, you know. Instead of some human touch, you can actually tell, really. And something is like too good to be true. It's like, oh, so standard, you know, standard pose, standard background, and you can immediately tell someone just did the AI for it. But if someone putting the detail and their heart and mind and soul into it, you can tell.
All right.
Yeah, like even your background there with Kaiju number 8. I'm like, I know a computer could not have done that. Like maybe they use computers to make it, but I don't see a computer being able to do that.
You see, the thing is, I do have to be fair. AI are convenient. It can be used as a tool to obviously shorten time and create more better products. But the whole idea and the whole art behind it has to be human. You can't just totally rely on AI. Just taking example here. I mean, very simple example. Everyone use spelling check, right? You don't use dictionary anymore, right? I mean, back in the day, I don't know, probably not you guys. We still in that time we go and use the dictionary, you know, and all that.
I still do because I play with my folks. Whenever we play Scrabble, one of the rules is no phones. So whenever we start playing Scrabble, there are two big encyclopedia dictionaries sitting there next to us on the table.
That's old school, man. That's old school. I don't know what to say, but dude, I enjoy use spelling check, you know, spell check. So give it another 3-5 years, AI is gonna be that. You know, you done something, quickly let him check for you. You know, I now taking out the things that you normally have to do by yourself. But you the one who start doing the fundamental idea and the structure first, and then AI to clean it up for you and all that kind of things.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, if you're using it as a tool, in my opinion, because I'm one of the people that I'm not totally against AI in the sense that, like, in designing this manga that I'm trying to design, I don't know how the characters are looking, so I'm trying to mash things together. But I'm like, I'm not going to sell that to anybody. This is a tool for me to develop the story and everything. But it's just not like I'm gonna AI generate something and take it to Comic-Con and put it on a stand buy this. That to me is wrong. And I feel like, but the other thing we need to be careful of, like when it comes to stealing and everything, like the internet, when it dropped as well, people were scamming people left and right. But the only people who lasted long and had staying power were people who used the internet as a tool. So if a bunch of people are just trying to sell AI art, they're going to fizzle out very quickly. The people who actually know what they're doing and incorporate it as a tool in their process, those are going to be the people who last longer in the industry and in the art world and all of that stuff. So that's how I feel personally.
Yeah, no, it's simply the guys who's
Now, Mr. Extrodin, did you ask your question while I was busy working with my buffering systems?
Oh, well, I wanted to ask about how Anime After Hours started and what's the plan, what's the vision, and all of that. I know he mentioned a bit about Anime Expo and stuff in South Africa, but yeah, maybe if we can just get to know about Anime After Hours for the viewers.
Okay. So Anime After Hour also happened overnight, you know. So we doing the Daru phase, Daru winter phase, and I was thinking to myself, I was like, I can't do the same thing. I have to do something different, you know. And I really missed the time when we had the discussion forum back in Otaku magazine. I'm not a guy who does the influencer things and just, you know, telling people and all that. I like to interact with people. I like to hear other people's opinion and share amongst and generate something better during the discussion. So that's why I want the community. So then, you know, I was thinking that how to do discussion forum these days. So then people mention Discord servers, and I was like, no, man, that thing's so complicated. Not average people are going to use it. You know, it's more like techie people and all that. And then WhatsApp has a community, and then I just went and registered, and I said, let's do this. And then we started, went to Face and speak to people about it and exchange. What I like is that, every season of Japan, they had there's actually every quarter there is, but the big one is the summer and the winter season. Okay, so the one just finished, the July, is the summer one, which is the big one, where the Kaiju number 8 second seasons and all that other new stuff that came out. So that I want to share with people, hey, what you guys think about it, or and looking forward to it, or the previous season, have you watched something, that kind of thing, So that's how it started. And really, I'm being overwhelmed by how quickly the community was built up. We currently now break 500 mark already. So we have 500 active member on the community, WhatsApp community chatting. And it's scary. Every day I wake up, it's always 700 to 1,000 message.
Yeah.
Like, geez, these kids can talk. I mean, what the heck are they talking about? Why are they not sleeping? But obviously, the whole thing is I like it, and I see the need for that. Is a platform for people to share and exchange opinion. Okay, but in a healthy, safe space. Okay, so we quite stand firm for the rule and regulation. Okay, no criticizing, no personal attack, no swearing, no political and all that kind of, no religion thing and all that. So there's a number of people and doing the admins now, which I'm very glad, and we busy want to recruit more moderator on it. So idea here is, picture this, okay? From Anime of the Hour community, if we grow into quite a substantial sizes, then we can get attention. That's how the world works. Okay, when you have people, they listen to you. When you by yourself, they kind of like, nah, when you're ready, you come talk to me, which is never. So when you have people behind you, they listen to you and then they take more serious about what you're doing. So now I think we're busy. I mean, recently we had Pentel, which is one of the Japanese stationery manufacturer. Very happy about the art initiative we done. And we got Japanese embassy and JETRO, which is the Japanese Business Association. They're all very happy to see we growing this pop culture, because it's still surrounded mainly for Japan. Okay. So they are introducing us with a lot of contact, from Japan and the interest and all that. And I think Japan now they are stepping out their comfort zone. They want to go global. And Africa is an untapped market, really, honestly. So that's what we're trying to do, is we want a community behind us so we can go and get resources and benefit and opportunity for the community. Okay. So, I mean, recently, this art exhibition, this exhibition of Drawtober thing, there's so many talented. Even myself, I want to invest in them. I want to make merchants for them. I want to, let people more about it. Show their art. So I was studying the artists because they also had some drama. They were complaining about how the voting works and who wins and not win. So I was trying to comfort them. You see, the award is not the prize. The award is the exposure.
Exactly.
As an artist, I feel you must get your art to let many people see it as possible. So I mean that's the key. If no one see it, it's dead. It's nothing. Only yourself and amongst you. You need to let people see it. And once they see it, they'll give you feedback. Yes, you might some criticize and all that, but that's how you improve it. That's how you get better. So that is what we're trying to create. So not only for the artists, for example, people who want to get into anime business, for example, maybe they want to sell some merchandise, how to license, some IP, and all that kind of thing. We got JETRO there. They can guide us. They can connect you to the business. They can also let you know how to register IP rights and all that kind of things. So it's a community, okay, that we build up, and then we try to link to these profession and business to build up a bigger. So end of the day, what I'm looking at for anime of the hour, maybe a bit ambitious, but you know, when I was in Asia, whether it's in Japan, Hong Kong, China, whatever, anime is basically all kind of blend into lifestyle. So I mean, recently you guys saw the Burger King with Naruto, right?
Yeah.
Basically, over that side, it's every day, man. Anything, you know, not just, you know, here the Naruto, and the Naruto toy wasn't the greatest, but I still got all of them. I spent over 2,000. Yeah, and just to collect them. But then when I see, I was like, oh, the quality was so bad. But anyway, it's you know, it's good memory. But what I'm trying to say here is, anime it can be lifestyle. I mean, the insurance company was using, the government was using them to educate people, use animated character, use all these animated series, and not to mention the fast food, the restaurant, the fashions, and all that kind of thing. So we can also have, you know, Africa or South Africa anime work that link with lifestyle products. You know, so recently I'm also being connected to some IP owner of Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, and Demon Slayer and all that. We've been talking to them. We kind of like well, I wouldn't say consulting, sharing that what should they do and how should they get the design out there, and what target market they should aim at, and which channel to sell it, all that kind of things. So anyone in the community which have ideas or passion or want to do that kind of things, they can come and ask us. We can help you. We can guide you.
That's so cool.
That's awesome. And yeah, just for anybody I'm not competing in Drawtober. I am a digital artist or aspiring.
Are you on it?
Yeah. But
okay.
I'm studying.
We are all artists. We're all artists actually here.
No,
just to give you some background.
One of my dear friends is actually competing in the Drawtober. He's Ziggy Rebel.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, no, man, he's good. He's got his own style.
Yeah. When you put up the invitation to Drawtober, I copied it and sent it to him immediately, because he always does Inktober and he was getting tired and he was getting demotivated and inspired. Try this, it's different.
Yeah.
And he just said, I don't know how to apply. Just join the group and figure it out as you go along. And
no, I've seen Ziggy stuff. Ziggy stuff is awesome.
So I was overwhelmed by this initiative, because there was also one of our admin. He also likes to draw, and he mentioned this Inktober. I never heard of it because I'm not an artist. And I say, yeah, let's do it. So the response is fantastic. I would love to meet all the top artists. Really, like, let's just have a supper or lunch together at one of these Chinese, you know, barbecue. I'll bring you guys to like authentic Chinese barbecue, where you see, you know, that when Naruto goes rock man, but he goes to the barbecue thing and when grow,
they
slice the meat for you. They slice the lean, and the meat very lean, and then you just do it there. And every time George was eating all of them, you know, that kind of things. I know a very good restaurant and very affordable, and they're very friendly as well. We should have like an experience. So
I'm so there.
So in anime of the hour, we will have some kind of gathering and micro event in the future, just to kind of link people together.
Yeah,
that'll be great.
There's one person I know who most probably drive over buildings to be there. It's definitely my father. He's the
hey.
Fun fact,
no age restriction.
Fun fact, my father is the one who got me into the Kung Fu movies, but he's also the person who taught me how to use chopsticks. So I go to these events, I know how to use my chopsticks, I don't need a fork, I don't need anything. And each time I pick up, they're like, thanks, Dad.
He's the one who where's the tutorial, Tebello? Some of us are struggling. Some of us are still using them with two hands. But anyway, just to get quickly back to the Drawtober thing, I just wanted to say that for me, in terms of like when you're developing as an artist, like the point is not to. It's cool if you win. It's cool if you win, but I think for me, especially as a person who's starting out on this, a person who's been on this journey for, I want to say, since 2019. I think that's when I started taking art like seriously. I think the development and being able to tell your story, that's the biggest win ever.
Yeah.
So I don't think you need to focus on the competition. You just need to focus on developing yourself as an artist. Worry about competitions later, in my opinion. I'm like, you just get better first, and then because those skills you can take anywhere. Like if you never get the Drawtober title, you can still make your manga, you can still make your animations, like you'll still have the community. So that to me is much more valuable than winning a prize.
You got it. You actually spot on. You know, the thing here is my experience in my life is it's never about the winning the prize and all that. It's the journey. So I mean, on this Drawtober, I recognize so many artists with their own unique style. And like you said, you need to develop to your own style, you know, and that style is to do with your personality, how you grow up and all that kind of thing. It all shows in your style, right? And for example, I'm a businessman, okay, and then I can't draw, but I love art so much. I was like, whoa, man, I really dig this guy's art, but not really everybody will dig his art, but I might dig his art, and I said, you know what, I want to meet this guy, I want to speak to him, and maybe there's some spark will come up, you know, and a lot of time, like for example, Otaku Magazine, there's 11 of us. And then we all went through something together to meet each other, to know each other, and then it's all like-minded, and then to create something together. And that to me is a far worthwhile than the actual prize. I mean, what was you gonna win, man? Now we're giving away a backpack, a mouse pad, some voucher. So what? You know, no biggie. It's the friend, the connection, and who knows who's watching that space. You know that Drawtober, the guest of honor, what is it, Monkey Moto? He's a South African, and he now is working in Japan for Adidas. The only thing, his art is incredible, but I love his personality even more. He's so humble, and he doesn't brag. He's so chill, and I would love to meet him and being friends with him and all that kind of thing. He's just a nice guy. And if you have that connection, hey, who knows what would happen? Come to Japan, or something. I don't know, man.
No, I mean, the fact that we got you on this is kind of proof of that, because we never expected to get the guy who was one of the founders of Otaku Magazine on our show. So,
to be honest with you, I was just uploading. I was just sharing my post with people. I had no idea that Jack was in that group. I just wanted to just share my experiences. I had no idea.
No, when I was telling the Otaku team about that, I want to give the magazine for free download, and they will laugh at me and say, "Oh, Jack, it can only be you, because you're still doing it, and you still love this so much." And I was like, I don't know, maybe, and but that's what I'm saying, once you're otaku, you'll always be otaku, that's me. I can't change, that's who I am.
And it's actually cool. Like, I don't like these manga tropes where they make the otaku guy just the guy who sits in the corner and doesn't talk to nobody. The otakus I know are awesome.
We've got friends, we've got community, we've got, I mean, the very basis I started this, the GEEK SPOT talk show, was to show that there are more of us in common in this country than what I've talked to people who are working in government. I've talked to people who are working in various professions, doctors, lawyers, accountants, and they all have one thing in common. We are all otaku in one way or another. We just need to scratch a little bit beneath the surface, and you just see, oh, you all have been one of us.
20 years ago, this word otaku, it's not as cool as what it is now. When we were in Japan, and we were obviously, our Japanese wasn't that great, and we will now and then mention our magazine otaku, and then you will see the Japanese people around us, they hear that word, they can pick up that word otaku, and they were like, ooh. At that time was that otaku means, I mean, for them, 20 years ago, is someone who checks girls' underwear, pervert.
It was offensive.
That refers to otaku. But now, people use this name like much cooler. I mean, it's like otaku this, otaku that, otaku. Back in our time, when we say we want to make this magazine called Otaku, because that is the word that describes us so well, because we obsess, we are fanatic, we love what we want, you know, and what we do, and we're crazy about it. So that fanatic, you know, and that's otaku.
Yeah.
So. But a lot of Japanese people, when they see our magazine, they were like shaking their hand, like, "Well, what are you guys doing? What have you done to yourself?" But now, 20 years now, you call yourself otaku. That's the coolest thing. I was like, "No, you asked the team when we went to Japan. It was so awkward. They were like, don't mention that word too loud. You know, I mean, we were on the train, and people were like, these, you know, foreigner people, they like coming here and doing funny business."
Another question for you, Jack. What's this? So, as a person who's never been to Japan, where do you think, like, what places would you suggest for like a person to go if this like it's their first time in Japan, like a particular city, or
no,
you know,
man,
like do we go to the
it's a no-brainer. It's Tokyo, buddy.
Yeah.
The city got destroyed the most. You got to go there before it really got destroyed. You go to Tokyo, and Tokyo's already, depends on how many days that you want to go, right? If it's a week or 2 weeks, if you're really staying a bit longer, more than a week, then you can go to the other big city, which is Osaka. But Tokyo can already keep you busy.
You know,
and there's so much cool things that you can see. And I can tell you, if you guys do go, just go look for Doc. He'll hook you up. He will take care of the homie brothers. He's so cool, you know, and he's very easygoing.
I just remembered
KC Media company trip, ne?
I actually realized that Doc is actually in the group, eh? I saw him in the group.
I invited him as well. when I told him, hey, Doc, I got a group here, and maybe you want to share some of the life in Japan. And he's like, oh, you starting this again and all that. But no.
Well, yeah, actually, Anime After Hours is Otaku 2.0. So, yeah.
So, I mean,
it is actually.
First time when, well, not the first time. I think I was my second, I can't remember which trip it was. But when I went there and meet Doc, he actually took me, not ordinary, only local people will know. He actually took me to a parking lot, and it's more like underground parking. And that's where all the modified Japanese car and these car racing people are hanging out and all that. And there was me and my two sons, and Ethan was only like 10, and Howie was like 8. And there's 3 of us. And you see, you know, the Japanese anime, right? You see these guys are all hardcore with their jacket, and then they got this massive speaker at the back of their vans and their car. They were pumping the music, and I was like, "Whoa, dog, are you sure we're supposed to be here?" And all that kind of thing. And he was really letting me to experience what we only see in anime. You know, GTO. You guys know GTO, right?
GTO,
yeah, that kind of thing, man. Guys with a bike, woo, 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 making a big noise, and a modified car, and they're all just parking in a parking lot. I was like, man, this is something that tourists wouldn't come. So he was actually taking you to underground band and a lot of, you know, local stuff.
Okay, so KC Media company trip. We need to put something together. We need to look into this.
I just remembered that if I were to make a KC Media trip, it wouldn't be the first time some of our directors have been to Japan. Both my parents have been to Japan back in 1995. And I could have had a pen pal because I recently saw a footage of some lady giving my mom one of the email addresses of one of my sons so that they can give it to me, and she lost it. And each day, like, you know, I could have had friends in Japan, and now you lost the piece of paper that had my.
Wow, okay.
That's awesome.
I just want to ask you something, Jack.
Yeah.
You did mention that you came this side, and you couldn't have access to all these things before.
Yes.
So where are you from originally? I'm just curious.
I'm from Taiwan, which is like Taiwan is the Taiwan has the most tourists that visit Japan because we're so close to it. So Taiwan and Japan are quite close. So we got a lot of Japanese influence. So the manga, the anime, the culture, the food, and all that kind of things. At one stage, Japan, I think the Second World War or something, they were also, invaded, and the whole culture, influence and all that. So I was originally from Taiwan, and I'm not lying to you. I was not a good kid. Okay, I was doing really bad, really like what anime does. I go to primary school. I customized my own uniform as well, with those trousers with the.
You were Yusuke from Yu Yu Hakusho?
Yeah, I was not a good kid. So my parents say, no, man, we gotta take this kid out. So they dumped me into Africa. It's because I can't speak a word of English. No, when I came here, I don't even know alphabet. So I'm gonna survive.
What?
And I don't have my anime and manga and all that kind of thing. Man, that life was tough then. But I find my way
so
to.
they took you from Asian society and brought you to South Africa?
Yeah,
that was supposed to make you behave?
Yeah, just so I don't get worse, because I was not doing good thing, I was causing problems and all that kind of thing.
I'm just like, that's so weird. We're so used to South Africa being a place of not being disciplined in our testimony. Yeah.
Dude, I mean, what you see in anime is for real, in these primary school and high school. These kids are like abusing another and beating up, and there's horrible thing. South Africa is a lot more pure and innocent. Trust me, it's a lot more. No, there's some scary things there. I mean, these kids are doing.
Okay, I'm looking at the time now. I think we should ask the final question because I've got 50 minutes. So, usually I ask, because whenever I'm interviewing someone, it's usually around our age mates, and I always say that there's someone out there who's inspired by your work. But I'm going to change it because the obvious answer is you've inspired us.
No. We just love something together. And really, I still love it today. Yeah, the new animes. I mean, recently, if you see I picked it up. Some Chinese anime is really getting really good. And there's a few anime now. If you're watching it, at the end, the credit, they have a lot of Chinese studios helping them. So I already see these cultures are exchanging. And because China is a big land, they have lots of population, a lot of skillful people at a very affordable pricing. And these people are picking up really fast. I don't know if you guys saw To Be Hero X. Okay.
Oh, yes.
Man, the music on that thing is crazy, right? And the whole thing is, before that anime came out, I was like thinking, the whole 2D, 3D switching off, but it works for me. I was like, well, there's something new, man. I kind of get what he's trying to portray,
Yeah, because you get to see, like, for me, I got to see Nice from different perspectives. Oh, the character Nice, dear viewers, from different perspectives. With this animation style, I was basically seeing different POVs of this type of characterization in different episodes. So it's well.
Yeah, I actually want to sit down and watch it. Is it on Crunchyroll? I wonder what the platform is on.
I mean, it's either on Crunchyroll or Netflix, but you should watch it because it's very different. I mean, the plot is very similar. Again, another superhero and the superpower in the world and the hero ranking, but the way they done it in the art, like from 3D and switching to 2D. And then the camera views and all that kind of thing, and the music especially. Oh, the music is good.
Okay, wait. I got one more question. I got one more question before we do the last question. Sorry, Tebello. I got one more question.
Yeah, I'm just checking the time now.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at the time. But okay, Jack, I have to know top 5 anime for you. I have to know.
Man, these kind of questions, they're always making me so undesirable and all that. I can only tell you the recent one. I really like Kaiju, okay?
Oh, okay.
I can only tell. I don't want to talk about the retro stuff. You know, everybody knows and all that. I like to talk about the new stuff. So kaiju
Okay.
it's really something that I enjoy for a long time now. And then recently there's another one I watched that you must go check. It's called Silent Witch.
Silent Witch.
Silent Witch.
Silent Witch. Yeah, because there's a lot of witch anime, right? But this one, Silent Witch, you must go watch it. Oh, the quality of animation is good. And the plot is good as well. Okay. And what else is recently I watched that's pretty cool? These two that comes up in my and then guys, I watched the One Punch Man third season. I almost cried. I almost broke my TV, man. It was so bad. It was so bad. No, the quality of animation is so bad. It's like a PPT, man. PowerPoint. I was like, what the heck?
So it's worse than season 2?
No, it was season 3. The one in October. They just released it now. It was so bad.
Sure, what I meant was, is it worse than season 2? Because I remember season 2 was also a drop in quality.
Dude, I can tell you.
So it's worse than season 2.
Lot worse.
Jeez.
People at Drawtober can do a better job than that.
So wait.
Oh,
no joke. No
joke. Between this and Blue Lock, which one is worse?
Which one?
Blue Lock.
They're worse.
This one.
I can tell you they are worse. Eh? You go watch it. You watch certain scene. It's like, it's so bad. It's not quality. I don't know. I give up on One Punch Man.
No.
Okay. Let's ask the last question.
All right. Okay. No, thank you for the recommendations at least. I mean, yeah, I think that's more valuable than your top 5, even though I still want to know.
Yeah,
but I'll find out another day. It's fine.
All right. The last question we always ask is that what message do you have to the people that who have seen your work and are inspired by it and want to follow in your footsteps? And the reason I say I'm changing it is because we have been inspired and we are in our own little way following your footsteps in what you've done in terms of the Otaku magazine. So what message do you have for us who are following your footsteps?
Look, I mean, I wouldn't say that I follow my footsteps, but if we look at the way the animation is going, I'm really excited for the youngster like you guys, okay? Because there's a lot more opportunity now. So there's a lot of red tape is all gone now. There's no country to country. Japan's more opening up. There's really a lot of opportunity. I really think you guys shouldn't be shy. You must go wild, go ambitious, create your thing. But the main thing here is you've got to show your work and let people see it and get feedback from it and then improve from it. And then really honestly, it not only limited to South Africa. I mean, it's the world, man. So I mean people recognize a good product. People like Netflix, they're buying licenses all over the world, to show on their platform, right? So if you have something, good idea, a good story, good skill, you'll get the investor, but the problem here, you have to put yourself somewhere that people can see you and hear you and can recognize you. Otherwise you can, it's nothing will happen. So it's a really exciting time now. But like you say, I mean, where the technology, the AI, it doesn't matter, because end of the day, people can recognize they're coming from a human being, the humbleness, the passion, the love. They can feel it because we're human, right? So so that's why I say, just go and do whatever you guys feel like doing before the responsibility adds up. The marriage, the kids, the house bond, the car loan. So enjoying that while before those happen.
The medical aid, the other medical aid, the hospital cover for the medical aid. All right. Thank you so much, dear viewer, if you've lasted until this point.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Jack, for coming through. Thank you so much.
Nice meeting you guys. I'm sure we will meet up in one of these events. We will catch up.
Comic Con. I'll be there in any Comic Con. When Otaku Town, I'm most probably going to be a permanent resident. You just see my tent, little My little tent next to the
Yeah, I'm also planning to be at Cape Town Comic Con. I want to pitch them a few shows based around anime. So we're gonna see if we can do a live show.
I think the one that coming out soon is Rage.
Yeah,
yes,
I was gonna say
that's December.
Yeah, Rage in December, the 4th to the 7th. That's also pretty cool because it's December towards the holiday, and meet up with people, speak to the the anime fans and fellow people.
Yeah.
Anyway, how do you usually close? Oh, thank you for lasting up until this long. We do hope that you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Please follow Chan in his work. I think right now it's follow Spoonky, follow on Instagram. There's also Otaku Chan. I'll put the link. No, not Otaku Anime After Hours. I'll put the QR code.
I think they can also join Anime After Hours.
Anime After Hours.
The company as well. I'm forgetting the name, but the Japan Association.
JPA. Yeah, Japan.
Yes,
Pop
JPA.
Culture Association. Yeah.
There we go. Japan Pop Culture. I forgot the acronym, but that one.
The links are below. If you have any problems, the credits are scrolling up as you speak. You can pause, you can copy, you can screenshot what's been written there, and you can copy it for yourself. All the links will be available in one way or another, right? We once again going to be can't wait to bring up our next series of guests. I think right now we are also going to be doing this is most probably going to come up with the beginning of Let's Think About It featuring BuckMeister's work as Black Panther versus Tag. So
also plug the magazine. Go download the magazine. Go get yourself a piece of history.
Go download the magazine. If we had a museum of national history, we should have that featured there because it's such an integral part of the South African culture, especially about the millennial youth and where it came from. The existence of this magazine shows how South Africa is a world in and of itself. But with that, we'll leave that to discussing other times. We'll meet you guys next week. I want to say my usual catchphrase, but it's for the other show, so I'm not going to say it. I want to become as viral as the other thing I usually say in that other show, but I'm not going to say it today, okay? You know what I'm going to say to your viewers. So it's between me and you. We love you guys. We'll see you guys next week. Peace out.
Thanks, guys. All the best. Woo. Thank you. Bye-bye.